Hey YouTube, Brian LCS. Thanks for stopping by the channel and this video. My New York Comic Con recap and haul. So we're going to jump right in. This may be a little bit of a longer video, a lot to talk about, but New York City Comic Con was this past weekend. Got to go on day one and had a great time. A lot of stuff to kind of unpack. Got some comic books, a big stack of books that I picked up. Some exclusives, so we'll get to it all. But just first wanted to mention a reminder, I know some of these videos are bringing in a bunch of new viewers, so the Comic Book Community Awards 2022 is underway. CBCAwards.org to go vote. 22 categories, over 70 finalists. You can vote for your favorite YouTube channels and creators. So definitely go check it out. There's about 5 weeks left to vote. Live show. Winners will be announced December 3rd, the first Saturday of December. So definitely go check it out. If you'd like a sticker, send me a message on Instagram. I'll get you out a sticker. But let's get into New York City Comic Con. Like I said, only went for one day. And I shouldn't say only. Went for one day and had a great time. Got to catch up with the community. Got to pick up a bunch of books. Just had a very good time. But a couple things I wanted to cover before we actually get into the books. So, just the community. Had a great time with the community. I have links down below for a bunch of the people that I got to meet. Show you some of the photos too. A couple comics. Will, great guy. Got to chat with him for a few minutes while we were waiting online. Anachronic Comics, Joe. Here's our selfie. Great time meeting with, catching up with him. Psychedelic Comics, spent some time chatting with him. Also Doug Bratton and Regie Collects, got to chat with them when they were doing their signing. And Doug's brother Dave was there as well. Action Figure Comedy, he has a channel on YouTube. Go check him out. Comics with Bueller, got to chat with him for a bit. Travis, it was great to see the interaction between Bueller and Regie. They have a little friendly competition over the Comic Book Community Awards, so there was a little ribbing going back and forth, so that was great. Very Gary Comics, swung by his booth, chatted with him. I was looking for a couple books, didn't find anything at his booth that I was looking for, but good to see him. Comic Journey, got to spend some time with Comic Journey. We actually had a little. We went out after the con on Thursday, grabbed some dinner, and just a great time with him. He's a character. He is just like he is on his YouTube channel. We went to a restaurant, sat down. Comic Journey's Greek. The maitre d' or the manager was Greek, and the manager was all over Comic Journey. Sat down and was chatting with us, and they were catching up, and just a random guy that he didn't know, but the manager sent us over some dessert, on the house at the end of the meal. So it's just funny to see Comic Journey out interacting, with others. It was great. We caught up on some personal stuff and some stuff in the community and things like that. So a lot of fun. Saw a bunch of other people there. Comic Tom was there. Nerdy Girl, DC Comic Queen, a bunch of people in the community. Didn't get a chance to bump into DJ Linx. I was hoping to do that. We just keep crossing paths, but never get the chance to chat. So I'm hoping to do that in the future with DJ. But just a great bunch of community members, so definitely go check it out. I know there is a bunch of videos. People are posting up some content. So if you were unable to make it to the con, definitely go check it out. But let's get into some of the books that I purchased. So up first, I have. So this is a book that I brought with me. So this is Isolation issue number 1. This is the Doug Bratton and Regie Collects book. and I had both Regie and Doug sign it. Now, this was a book that I had previously picked up from their website, but they were nice enough to sign it. So Reggie's website. So definitely great to have signed copies by both Doug and Regie. And then I picked up, I forget what cover this is, as obviously one of the other variant covers, and had them sign those ones for me as well. So these, I picked up 2 copies at the con. So really excited to have that. I'll probably be doing, using some of these books. I'll keep some in the PC and then using those for future giveaways. So that was one of the stop. And so Regie and Doug, and I think the artist Delia was going to be there on some of the days at the con. So, but they were at the Shortbox booth for all 4 days of the con. So it was great to just catch up with them and chat with them. And then just a good time. Very personable guys, and always fun to chat with them and meet them for the first time in real life. So, and then up next I have a Mr. DJ Linx, New York City Comic-Con exclusive. Picked this up. This was for sale at the Comic Mints booth. So this is the End #1. This is a DJ Linx exclusive cover, and you see on the back there's a little DJ Linx exclusive The End sticker. So really cool to pick this up. Happy to support DJ and the artist. I believe I think I saw a post on Instagram that this had sold out. I think this was only limited to maybe 100 copies. So really cool to grab a copy of that, the DJ Linx exclusive. So definitely go check out DJ if you're not familiar with DJ. New York Comic Con, there was my pro pass from the event. Great show. Did pick up this exclusive. So Edge of Spider-Verse #4, and you can see the Comic-Con exclusive little sticker on there. This is Spinderella, I believe. So this is one of the new Spider-Verse characters, and she is kind of like a Disney princess. So Comic Mint picked up the Joe Jusko Comic-Con exclusive. Just love this cover. So not only picked up 1, but picked up 2. Now this is, I originally had thought this was the new Dan Slott Spider-Man series, but this is an exclusive cover for Amazing Spider-Man. So this is Amazing Spider-Man #1, the series that recently got rebooted with John Romita Jr. and Zeb Wells at the helm. So picked up 2 copies of that. Now picked up this. This was this great Miles Morales exclusive cover. This is Miles Morales issue number 39, I believe. So just, this is just a strict cover buy, something that I'd like to keep in the PC. So picked up 1, and then picked up 2. Like I said, most likely going to be doing some giveaways, using some of these books for giveaways. Obviously these are con exclusive, so, you can really only buy them, during the con or at the con, assuming that they sell out. So definitely excited to have that and look to give one of those away. Now, also picked up Spider-Man. So this is the actual Spider-Man number, the new series, like I said, by Dan Slott writing and Bagley on art, Mark Bagley. So this was another exclusive cover. So went and picked that up. Really excited to have that. Not only picked up 1, but 2 covers. So again, we'll be using those for giveaways in the future. Few more books to go. So this is from Shattered Comics. So if you take a look and I'll have his link down below, or actually you can see it there, Shattered _comics on Instagram. So what he does is he sketches out the cover and then basically takes shattered glass and builds the cover and then takes a photograph of it. So really, really cool process. Got to, chat with the artist who takes care of these covers. So these are all licensed through Marvel and approved, and then he does these covers. So just a real interesting take on some variant covers. So definitely go check out Shattered Comics. So picked up Spider-Man #1. This is the McFarlane series in the Shattered cover variant. Just really cool. And then also picked up Ultimate Fallout 4. So this is obviously the facsimile, but very cool version of that cover. And then picked up, and I think this was new at the con, so this is Amazing Fantasy. Now this is issue number 1000. This was the recent issue that came out celebrating Spider-Man's 60th anniversary. So really cool to have that as well. Just love that, obviously, the iconic cover that kicked off Spider-Man. So really cool. So definitely go check out Shattered Glass. And this was just a last few books. I don't remember where I picked this up. This was just a dollar bin find. Spider-Man vs. Dracula. Just figured I'd pick it up. Given the season where we're upon us, Halloween season is upon us. So definitely just grab that because of the time of year. And so the next couple books I picked up were from MG Comics, and they had a great booth set up, well organized. Now I'll leave the information for them all down below. They are a big comic group from Canada. So they were down from Canada and picked up some great books. So picked up this is Ultimate Comics All New Spider-Man #200. So these are connecting covers. So as you can see here, you've got the second one, and I'll try to do them some justice there. And as you can see, the connecting covers. So just really cool. So these were books. I'm on kind of a Miles Morales hunt right now. And I think I paid under $15 for each of these. So going rate was about $15. So I think these books were like 15 or a little bit less. So pick those up, and they look like they're in really good condition. And then this is the last book that I picked up. Now all of these 3 Miles Morales books were on my top 10 want list. So this is Spider-Man #1. This is from the 2016 Miles Morales series. So paid, I think, $45 for this book. A raw copy of it, but definitely, a good price, or about going, fair market value for this book. Book looks really good. Corners are very crispy. So excited to have that in my PC, and this may be a book that I eventually get slapped. So that was it. Those were, and I shouldn't say that was it. Those were the books that I picked up at the con. I had a certain amount, a budget. I brought cash with me. I had a cash budget of a little bit over $300, and I actually came home with $6. So didn't spend the complete budget, but stayed on budget. But that's really one of the next things I wanted to kind of talk about cons was staying on budget, right? I had to spend other money. So I had a certain amount of money that I had to spend on books. So like I said, I had about $300 for new books. But you also have to factor in your other costs, right? So for me, I'm local. I live on Long Island. I was able to take the train in Long Island Railroad into the con. So there's cost associated with that. It cost me about $40 round trip to take the train ride in from Long Island to New York City. So that's one of the costs that you need to consider, your transportation or your travel. Obviously, if you're coming in from out of state, and spending, time here, your hotel, airfare, or, gas for driving, whatever it may be. So that's one of the things that you need to, that's one of the costs. You also have your ticket cost. Tickets were, I think like $55 for like a regular ticket. The pro ticket that I had was a little bit more expensive. So you have to, consider that as well. These are some of the other costs that you could, run into, at a con. So, and depending on how much money you have, it may leave you less money for buying books. So just keep that in mind. You want to have an overall, number or budget in mind. You don't want to go into a con like this, with credit cards and just no spending limit, because you can get caught up. There was a ton of great, exclusives and variants. I picked up now. So this variant at the Comic Mint was going this $30 cover price for this book. So I had a little bit of buyer's remorse when I was on the train ride home, saying, wow, I spent a pretty good penny on just exclusive books. Now, think of, do the quick math. This book, cover for a regular new comic is $3.99, $4.99. So they had 1,000 of these printed at $30 a piece. That's $30,000. That's 30 grand that if they sell these out, that's what they will make. But consider the cost, right? They're paying, pennies on the dollar for the actual book. Maybe it's $2 for their cost to actually buy the book. I don't know what they pay the artist. Say they pay the artist $10,000 to do it. So, and they're buying the books at, $2 a book. That's $2,000 for the books, $10,000 for the artist. Then if they sell out, they make a total of $30,000. So they're making a profit of, $18,000. That's just a rough estimate that I've come up with. If anybody has any insight, please let me know down in the comments about what it costs to produce an exclusive or what they may pay the artist. But now, this was from the Comic Mint, and now this was probably one of at least 15 exclusive covers that they had, and the Comic Mint had the longest line. And so, if they're selling books at $30 or $40 a pop with a limited run of, say, 1,000 copies, that's $40,000 for each run of these books. And so, we're talking several $100,000 that could be made selling out these exclusives. And then, so there's a lot of profit to be made there. And when I say buyer's remorse is saying, I paid $30 for this book, which is really just, a modern book with an exclusive cover. I could have spent that $30 somewhere else. But, I'm happy to have this. This was a cover that I wanted, and I'm happy to have one that I can give away to my audience in the future. So, but it's something to consider. Do you want to spend a lot of money on exclusive, variant modern books? And maybe you could use some of that money to pick up some other books, Silver Age, Bronze Age, maybe even Golden Age, that maybe have more value in the long run. Just something to consider. The next thing I wanted to mention was comic book vendors. So most of the vendors were fairly organized. I was looking for Miles Morales books. And so often I would just ask at the booth, where are your Miles books? Because everybody sorts them a little bit differently. Sometimes they put them just in the M section. Sometimes they group them with the miscellaneous Spider-Man books. And so I just don't know where to go. And so often I'll just ask so they can point me in a direction and save me some time. But one of my little pet peeves with vendors are that they make it so difficult for you to find books because they don't sort their books. They may have a $5 book section, or a 4 for $20 or whatever it may be, and their books are not sorted. they're just randomly placed in long boxes for you to dig through. Well, that takes up a lot of my time and a lot of other people's time. And so I'm less likely to either dig or find books that I'm willing to purchase if I have to really, be on this scavenger hunt. So my suggestion is just sort your books. At the minimum, I would put them in alphabetical order, right? Just make it easier, right? So if I'm looking for Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, I go to the A section. If I'm looking for Miles Morales, I go to the M section. So at least I have a better chance of locating books that I'm willing to pay you money for. When you have your books unsorted, the con is what? 9 hours a day for 4 days. You've got 36 hours that people can look through your books and hopefully purchase some books. Now, if they're spending time because more time because your books are unsorted, that's really going to, I think, potentially eat into your profit. So just sort your books at a minimum by alphabetical order. I just think it would benefit you as the seller, and then us as the buyers. It will make things a little bit more efficient. So definitely go. Consider it. I believe me, I understand it takes a lot of time to sort those books, ahead of a con or ahead of a show, but I think it would benefit both buyer and seller in the long run. And one of the other things I wanted to mention was I had to so all of the books that I purchased were bagged and boarded, but most of them, even books from the Comic Mint, and a few of the others. So where else did I go? Unknown Comics, KRS Comics, all, a lot of exclusive covers, but they were packed in oversized bags. So the book was kind of flapping around. So I had to go, once I got home, I had to rebag and board all of the books. Not a problem, but my concern is if you're paying for an exclusive book at a premium price, $30, $40, you don't want it flapping around in a bag while you're at the con and potentially get damaged, and now could lose some value just because it was put in the wrong size bag and board. So I found that pretty consistently with a lot of the bigger vendors. Like I said, Comic Mint, Unknown Comics, Comic Exposure, KRS Comics, all in like bigger bags than the almost looked like they were using Silver Age bags for the modern books, and it potentially caused the books to shift around and could potentially cause damage. So that's one of the things that I would suggest, is that you bag and board them in the right size bag and board. That way your buyers will be better protected when transporting books. Certainly from a con, I was at the con from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I was there all day, carrying these books around. So you definitely don't want those books to be damaged in transit. So just another suggestion. But overall, had a great time at New York City Comic Con. Lots to see, lots to do. There was, gaming, animation. You had the artist alley. You have, the comic book vendors. So there's a little bit there for everybody. I really enjoyed going to Comic-Con, but New York City Comic-Con, I think one day for me was more than enough. I was able to accomplish what I was looking to accomplish. I visited with some of the comic book community here on YouTube, got to chat with them, shake hands, fist bump. So that was a great piece. I was able to pick up some of the books I was looking for, some of the exclusives, and then as well as some of the back issues that I've been on the hunt for. So overall, great experience, had a great time, no issues. Everybody was friendly, a good atmosphere in the con itself. I did not have a bad experience with anybody. Had just a great time. I know I was there on Thursday, the first day, which is typically not as crowded as some of the other days. I know, the weekend can get a little bit crazier, a little busier, just because of the amount of people that show up during the weekend. So, but overall, great experience. Thumbs up for New York City Comic Con 2022. Definitely be looking to go back in the future. And I was, like I said, overall, I was happy with the purchases that I made. But I think going forward, I may rethink spending a premium on exclusive books, unless it's an artist that is truly my favorite, or a cover that is just an incredible piece of art that I'd want to get slabbed and displayed. I think I really want to focus more on some of the back issues and some of the books that maybe have some longer legs than some of these mass-produced, exclusive variant modern covers. So we'll see. But again, happy with what I purchased. Had a great time. I appreciate you guys sticking out with this video, a long video. But let me know down in the comments what you thought. If you attended, what you thought of the con. What do you think of these exclusive covers? Would you spend your money there? And let me know about vendors, right? About sorting books and bag and board. What's your take on that? Am I spot on? Am I way off? Just let me know. Great to hear your thoughts as well in the comments. Certainly open to suggestion or conversation about these things. But just interested to hear what others think of some of the things I mentioned as well. But thanks so much for watching my channel and supporting my channel. Really do appreciate it. And we'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.